Welcome in. We are back. It is Sabres Live, and it's the paved with good intentions version. So by that, I mean Perry Street out the front window here is being paved. So if you hear some ridiculous noises through the course of the show, it's because construction is ongoing. And we are talking about roster building. The Prospects Challenge is underway this week in Buffalo. And of course, someone who's been through that many times and is anxious for his fifth year pro. It's Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen joining us now from the rink. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing, guys?
Good. We've enjoyed your social media this summer. And most recently, it has involved the Bills. It has involved the U.S. Open. And I would say a lot of golf from a lot of beautiful places across the world. How would you sum up your summer?
No, it's been great summer. First of all, working out a lot, but still having some fun with the friends. And that's kind of when you live a little bit further away from home. It's always nice to go back, see the family, see the friends. So couple golf trips with the guys to Spain, for example. So it's been nice, but it's really good to be back though.
Best golf course you visited this summer? Was there one that's at the top of your list?
I think after the season, me and Henry, we went to Orlando and we played Bay Hill. I think that was unbelievable. One of the maybe the nicest course I ever played, but it was really nice.
And what was your score?
Yeah, we'll talk about that, but the course was unbelievable.
Oh, good.
How big a tennis guy are you?
I play sometimes. I think it's a good workout, but it was actually my first tennis game I went to, the U.S. Open final now. So, I can tell I'm a lot bigger tennis guy now than I was before that. So, we had great time there. It was an unbelievable event. So, it was really nice to go there too.
Couple of questions. One, who were you cheering for? And two, did you get to see my good buddy Henrik Lundqvist there? Because I know he was there with Carl Hagelin, newly retired Carl Hagelin. So I know it's a Swede and Finn rivalry, whatnot, but as goalies, we all stick together. So who would you cheer for? Or did you get to see Hank?
No, didn't see Hank. It would have been nice though. But as I said, I wasn't too big of a fan. But before, didn't know too much about tennis. Let's put it that way. But as I say, it was an unbelievable event. So for me, it was just more important to see a great tennis game, which it was. So but it was still a little bit cheering for Djokovic. He's an unbelievable athlete, and it's one of those things that it doesn't even you don't need to know anything about sport, but it's just so great to see that caliber player playing.
And how many of your teammates did you have with you at the Bills game?
We had almost the whole team, and girlfriends and wives were there too. So it's one of the nicest parts of the season. Before the training camp starts, and we have a lot of guys in the city already, which is really nice. So we still have a little bit of time off before the training camp starts. So it's good time to kind of get to know the guys and see how their summer's been.
Still, you said you worked out a lot this summer. If you were to try out for the Bills, what position would you try out for?
Kicker.
You'd have to take my job because I made a 30-yard field goal against Steve Tasker, and I won this summer. So I just want to let you know.
Yeah, I have a little background in soccer, so I think that would be the safe bet for me.
Okay.
Like so
some Finnish baseball and some soccer. There's the background, all of it together.
Yeah, I think on my running speed, nothing in offense will play out too nicely.
How would you summarize kind of the focus of your off-season training, either from, or maybe from both, an athletic buildup and also from the position, from the goaltending position, kind of what you're focusing on most at this stage of your career?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, from learning from last season and being kind of in a good spot with my body and not getting injured, which was really big thing, and being healthy throughout the whole season. That helped a lot, and kind of just first of all focusing on that and being in that, getting body ready for the it's a long season, and that's what I learned. So that was one of the main areas, just build up my body and get stronger, so the risk of injury is as low as it can be. But otherwise than that, just getting stronger and getting more I always say, but I'm a tall guy, so I need to be in a good shape, have a lot of power in the legs to be able to move, and in the end, everything comes from that. If you have enough speed, it's easier to position yourself well, and you don't have to challenge maybe as much. And even though you challenge, you still make those saves. So just getting some more speed and power to the legs, that was one of the bigger things this summer.
What about on the ice? Most goalies nowadays, they go back home, they work with their personal goalie coach. They always have a plan, as to what they want to get better at. What is something on the ice that you worked on? And I know we all want to get faster and quicker in the crease, but is there other parts of your game that you said I had to focus on certain things?
Yeah, 100%. But as I talked, as you said about being faster and all that, but just one of the things is like kind of get my stance a little bit, get the like feet a little bit closer together and build it from there. That comes from things I talked about before, but that was
Yep.
one of the main areas. Kind of get this stance a little bit more narrow, and I think also one of the things which is getting bigger and bigger in goaltending is the post play. So I would say post play and getting the stance a little bit more narrow and moving from a little bit more narrow position with the feet.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is with us here on Sabres Live. Was Rookie of the Month in January, and you had have had multiple extended stretches of success in the NHL. How do you navigate, even at this point, kind of the ups and downs that everyone goes through, and keep yourself in the best position possible? Because this is a really critical season coming up and a huge opportunity for you based on how Buffalo's goaltending picture looks right now.
Yeah. Well, right now it's really exciting, season for me, and really, feel ready for it and really excited to get it started. But as you said, there's the ups and downs, and once the season starts, it's one game at a time. I know it's a cliche, but that's how you gotta think about it. It doesn't matter if you play well or you play bad. There's always the next game, and that's always what matters at that point. So, just kind of focusing on the next day and the next hour, and just doing that as well as you can, and build it up from there. But as you said, it's for me, it's really, as I said, exciting. It's exciting season, and I'm ready for it. I'm kind of just waiting to get it started.
Is there a mindset that changes a little bit, knowing that now you're coming in, having been here for a season, and knowing that you want to not only show yourself, but show everybody in the locker room that they can rely on you, and that they can have your consistency, and that you can be the guy, like you can work to be the guy. So is there a mindset that changes in your approach when it comes to this training camp that way?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if being more confident is the right word for it, but I think that summarizes it pretty well. As you talked about it, being the guy and all that, I think for me right now it is that I almost had a full season in the NHL last year, and kind of not coming to the camp with just having little stints in this NHL, but now being at certain points I was the starting goalie, and played a lot in the NHL last year. So kind of trying to build it from there, and just not only be a goalie in NHL, but being a winning goalie and being the difference in the games. I think that is my mentality this year, and I'm trying to just build towards that.
Well, you led the team in wins last year with 17, which was third most among rookie goaltenders in the NHL. How much conversation have you had with Mike Bales in the offseason, or like Marty mentioned, a specific goalie coach that you work with in the offseason back home, and how do they help you along here as you get ready for what is really a crazy start to the preseason? I mean, it begins a week from this Sunday, and then there's 5 games in 7 days. As you smile about it, I think looking forward to the fact that you're going to get a lot of minutes right away.
Yeah, it'll be a busy start, but that's good. I think everybody's looking forward to that, and kind of getting back to the action. But I the things I already talked about, what we worked on this summer, they come from BLC, and he tells me we go over after the season what we want to change, and the things we went over, I think those are the things which will build up to the being more consistent, and kind of having a better base to the game. And we went over those after the season, and I talked to my personal goalie coaches and with Belsey about those, and we worked on them. But smiling, as I said many times, just excited to get back to the action, and we have a busy start, which is I think everybody thinks is great.
Now, training camp. I used to love playing a half game as my first game because I figured if everything goes well, you're like, woohoo, I played 30 minutes and everything went well. And if it doesn't go well, you're like, it's only 30 minutes. I'll be better the next time. Do you like playing half games, or do you want to go in and play a full game right away? What would you prefer?
I don't mind it. As I said, just as long as you're playing, it's always fun. One thing I necessarily don't love is being the guy who plays the second half of the game. That's not the best situation to be at, but at the end you have to be ready. It doesn't matter if you play the first half, if you play the second half, or you play the 60 minutes. It's in the end you gotta play well, and you gotta be in your A game. But that's not maybe the most optimal thing for a goalie to be a guy who plays the last 30 minutes. But in the end, as I said, it's just about getting the minutes and getting back to the ice.
How's Henry doing? It seems like you're always with him with social media and throughout the course of the last couple of years, and we love him. He's a great friend of the show. So,
well, yeah, Henry is doing fine. He's a great guy. Helps me a lot. He's been around the league for a little bit longer, even though we're the same age. But he's a great guy. I'm staying in his place. I don't know how does he love that too much, not paying rent, but I'm doing the dishes a little bit more than he is, so that's how I'm paying him for it. But he's a great guy. He's been great help. He's a nice sauna, which is really important for us Finnish guys. But great dude.
Okay, how many hours a week? I'm not going to say a day because some days it may change, but a week. How many hours a week do you spend in the sauna? Because it is a big Scandinavian Finnish type thing. And I like a sauna, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't be in there hours at a time. How many hours a week are you in the sauna?
I would say it kind of depends how much we play. I don't do it before the game days, but
yeah.
If there's no game the day before, I would say I try to do it 20, 30 minutes every day. But I feel like a lot of the other guys too, not only the Finns and Scandinavians love it anymore. I think a lot of the other guys, are catching into it too. It's so good for you. It's so relaxing. So it's a big thing for us, and I would say at least 20 minutes a day if there's no game next day.
I used to like the steam room better than the sauna, because you'd go in the steam room and then you'd come out, and if you put shaving cream on, I mean, it was like butter. Like you would shave and your face is like so smooth. So maybe I didn't use it for the right reasons, but I used to love the steam room so I could shave and then it would be perfect.
Yeah, I never heard that. That's a good point. But I think steam room is really overrated, and sauna is just superior compared to it. But that's just my on it.
Ukko-Pekka, thank you so much for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing you on the ice in a week.
Thank you, guys.